Hey, Rob, what you up to, man? What are you doing over there?
Oh, what's up, man? Just reading Bob, Tim, Dennis, Harry, Jason.
What the hell? What's that? What are you reading?
These are all the guys who vanished over the years.
We just vanished. Oh,
just vanished.
All the jokers who quit Jiu Jitsu over the time. Huh? Man, you know what? Let's talk about that on Open Mat Chronicles. Let's talk about all the jokers we've lost.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Another episode, Open Mat Chronicles. 1865 Rod here. We're coming back at you guys every week. And as always, we got my man Schaefer in the house. What's up, Schaefer?
What's up, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. Another fun-filled episode of Open Mat Chronicles. This is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking a whole bunch of crap. We got some buddies here today.
Got our regulars.
Yeah, we got the regular crowd. Absolutely. So before we introduce them and pick their brains on what we're going to discuss, this one's about like people who persevere, people who see it through to the end. They show that true grit. You know what I mean?
I like what you did there.
Yeah.
Good.
So we got jokers who sometimes they make it to the end, sometimes they don't. I mean, technically, I guess it's not supposed to end until you're 6 feet under. But we're going to talk about how many people we know, just from our anecdotal experience, that they just started disappearing from jiu-jitsu. We miss them. It's not quite an in memoriam because, they're not dead, but they're gone, man. And some of them, we like these guys, Anyway, but Rod, who we got today, man? Tell us who we're working with.
I was going to say first, no, you're dead to me if you quit.
That's so extreme, so extreme.
No, man, no. Okay, so today, right now, we got a shout out to my man, Halen. What's up, Halen? Lover boy.
What's up, guys? Long time no see.
Good to have you back, man.
Yeah, glad to have you back. It's been 4 episodes, 5 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a lot, huh?
Who's keeping count, clearly.
And it's whenever we have Halen, most of the time we have his sidekick, Randy. What's up,
Oh,
Randy?
yeah, big. My sidekick.
Oh, my
God.
Sidekick?
He's on
Him
that.
sidekick?
I mean, the hero.
Sidekick,
no.
dude. You guys are homies.
Oh, hell no. Oh,
Now it's official. Now it's definitely a sidekick.
Oh, no.
In perpetuity, sidekick.
That's really funny.
Sorry, Randy.
There's no sidekick
No, you're
shit
sidekick.
We're
going
equal.
here.
We're co-heroes.
You know,
too early.
You know how we need to break that? We need to get Randy on by himself. Then he won't be a sidekick because it's always you and
It's
Halen.
fun, but yeah.
But Halen has been here without you.
Yeah.
So you got to do one without
I
Halen.
never get a
he was
text,
sitting here.
so-
Stefan was here, but he was off to the side. No camera.
Oh yeah.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
I'll take ghost over sidekick.
Hell yeah.
All right, sorry, Randy. Okay, let's redo it. He's not a sidekick.
All right, so we got our sidekick, but hold on.
yeah, whatever. You got the sidekick.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, you ain't no damn
That was
sidekick.
hilarious.
Okay, so sidekick or not, man? We got Randy, Barreto.
Hell yeah.
Check it out. What's up, Randy?
What up, Rod? How you doing, microwave?
Hey, man, it's in
You know how to
perpetuity now.
flow roll yet?
It's in perpetuity now.
We still learning.
We can't.
Holding that in.
Taking 10 years?
I have no choice. Here's
Just
the
learning
best
how to
part.
flow roll.
I have to
Just
flow roll
learning.
now. I only do it because I have to now.
Yeah.
Oh, see, he's trying to play the old man card. Give me a break.
Play the old man card for the past 10 years.
I think
I'm 50.
Started old.
I'm 60.
Yeah, he started.
Hell
You're
yeah.
never young in this
Randy's
game.
on to me, man.
He's ready.
Back in
I'm saying the same shit.
1865.
Yeah, what?
Oh my goodness.
So, anywho, the whole point of this discussion today, we're going to kind of like we're not going to really name drop, maybe a couple of names here and there, but we're going to talk about like people who've disappeared over time since we've been training, and maybe like where we personally have seen the biggest fall off, the biggest drop off. We're going to maybe reminisce a couple people, white belt right on through to black belt, because believe it or not, it happens, right? Like, it happens. I don't know how or why. I couldn't imagine quitting. Like, can any of you imagine not doing jiu-jitsu?
I'm already close enough there. Yeah.
Not yet.
It's coming. It's coming. It's approaching.
Yeah.
All the time,
man.
waiting for no man.
Next
Motherfucker
year.
wants to knit.
I know, right? Yeah, what you gonna do, dude?
Yeah.
You're not gonna quit, dude. I can't see it happening.
gonna give us
I said that
back's
to you
gonna
before.
get out.
They play with the paddleball thing. What is that?
Pickleball.
Pickleball?
Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Yeah, Rod, you have a
pickleball.
pickleball court.
Yeah, but hey,
do
my mom
one.
loves
I can see
pickleball.
Rod
Dude,
doing
she plays.
pickleball.
She's on a pickleball league.
Hitting on the old moms
Yeah,
and stuff.
she's handling the business. Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's a weird sport because a lot of young guys do pickleball.
I played
but then
it.
it's
Me and
a
my
lot
brother
of
played
old
against
guys
my
do
parents.
pickleball.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. There's actually a lot of mixed age teams.
Yeah.
Like there's this old, you get an older player and a younger player, and they'll team up.
Yeah.
As long as you can move side to side, you're good.
That's it.
All right.
Buckle
It's
your
like
knees.
it's like ping pong on a real size court.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
It's like a whipple
Easy
ball or
peasy.
some shit. I don't
Yeah.
even know.
It is.
Anyway, so which way do we start? We want to go from our brown belt on up. So we say, Halen, tell us about a couple people that you've seen, like in your long, illustrious jiu-jitsu career, that you've seen them from white belt on up, like some of the drop-offs. Let's start with a couple of the white
definitely
belts.
quite a few white belts that I would say that's the most or the biggest drop off from infinite to precision, wherever most white belts drop off. That's where I would see. And then personally for me, I had a friend join. I would think I was already a blue belt, and he got his blue belt under Gus and everything,
Okay.
and training pretty constantly. He played basketball, so sometimes he'd be in a league and he would take some time off, but consistently doing jiu-jitsu, was getting really good. Then when I went to precision, he did too. He trained just a little bit, but I think either it was the move or something. Then he just started playing basketball a little more and just kind of fell off, like his jiu-jitsu.
So he prioritized basketball over jiu-jitsu.
and his woman.
I mean,
that'll do it.
Yeah,
That'll do it a
It's
lot
not
of
the
the
basketball.
time.
yeah.
Every
so-
dude just went,
You should have just
Yeah,
led with that.
exactly. I didn't want to blame it on her, but like also, come on.
should have led with that.
Yeah, that's. So it sucked
Yeah.
because he's very athletic, very good. Like even though I had a year on him, he would still keep up with me. He was still like, oh, this is some trouble passing his guard. And so if he would have kept up and kept with it, he would have been a problem. He would have been a problem.
Man.
Yeah.
Right, and I got something like that too. Randy, what about
sucks.
you? Who do you see? Who can you remember? Who
um,
have we lost?
ooh, there's like one I think of specifically. We all grew up training with him a little bit. He got older. He moved away. He stopped at brown belt.
Yeah,
Very, very good competitor.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
younger guy too.
Brown.
He was younger, but
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh, yeah. He was
yeah.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at like
yeah.
everybody's like, huh.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody even
yeah,
knows
yeah,
me,
yeah.
like, oh yeah. Like,
Yes,
For a
yes.
second. Okay.
I would have
But-
never seen that coming.
Yeah,
I
I
would've
never
never
would have
seen
saw
that.
that coming, but
Phenomenal.
I think it was one of those things too, where it's just like when you do it for a long time when you're a kid, you get a little bit of freedom.
Little freedom.
He
Yep.
was
A
good,
little
too.
freedom will,
Yeah.
change a lot, especially when
went
that's when
to
you're
a party, probably down in college. He's like, oh wow.
Found a woman.
Yeah.
got to just hang out, not worry about competing and cutting weight.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that'll do it,
Yeah.
and it's okay.
And he
Like,
loves skateboarding too. Now, did he get
Yeah.
hurt? I mean, I don't remember if he got hurt.
I think he
He's
did.
gotten
He
hurt
hurt
skateboarding
couple
and stuff
times.
like that, but he
Skateboarding?
loves
Yeah.
skateboarding. We're giving away too much detail.
I mean, listen, I don't mind
But
if
it's
the
all
person
good
knows
things.
we're talking
Yeah.
about them. I'm just
Yeah.
not putting anybody on blast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they might
no,
be running from the
100%.
law, man. I'm not
But-
trying to get
No, it was a
anybody locked
surprise
up.
because he was so good.
Yes.
This guy was like
Yeah.
highly talented. Like you
Yeah,
would have not
super talented.
seen that coming at all.
Absolutely, and that was a much, much higher belt too.
Yes.
Because now we're not
That's what
talking
I'm
about
surprised about.
a white belt
Yeah.
that disappeared. We're talking about somebody deep into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, like I remember I saw him. He took a break. He went back for a little bit, and then he competed at brown belt, and he won his division.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it
Like,
was just
no
like,
doubt he'd be a black belt right
Legit.
now.
Oh,
oh yeah,
100%.
no, 100%,
100%.
yeah.
Damn.
But it was just like you see that happen, you're like, damn. And there's a few other people I could think of, you
Right.
know, yeah.
Rod, you got somebody for us?
Not really. Well, I always see there's a lot of people, but I would like to preface it with this too. This is a PSA for all the white belts out there. Okay, look, if you're a white belt and it doesn't seem like maybe the upper belts are giving you a lot of love, a lot of attention, there's a reason for that because sometimes you guys just bounce. I'll be honest. Like I had this one guy. I really invested a lot of time with this guy. I tried to get him to blue belt. I saw talent in this guy. He had the body type for it. He was like a real humble guy. I worked with him a lot, man. Got him to blue belt. He freaking bounced and then he quit. I'm like, oh, that kind of hurt, dude. That hurt. That hurt twice. He left
Yeah.
the school because actually he was a cool dude, man. It's like, oh man, I miss this guy. So it kinda
Unless you
sucks.
like actively try to talk to me, I'm not gonna learn your name. till
Yeah,
you get a
dude.
purple belt.
Until you
Until you get a purple
fight.
belt, I'm not gonna know your
Yeah.
name.
It's-
Sorry.
You
Yeah,
said
you
purple belt?
Purple belt. That's even
You said
higher.
purple, huh?
Purple, you got-
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it really
people
is.
drop out at
Unless
blue
you're a
midway.
tough blue belt and you make a name or you look funny,
But
you're not
people
gonna
who are
have a
tough
name.
blue belts are usually
Come on.
people.
You look funny. Everybody knows that person's
That's
But
name.
people who
true.
are usually tough blue belts, they kind of like they're part of like the upper belt group.
Yeah,
insert
they hang out
themselves
and
into
talk to them more.
questions.
That's a good point.
They're
You're
active
right.
in the
That's
community.
a good point. The blue
how I-
belts who end up kind of hanging with upper belts on a regular.
Yeah, they.
That was literally
That was you,
me.
Yeah, they
It's
stick
From
with
white
it.
until
those
now.
Names, those names lock in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those
that was
names
the
lock
same
in.
for me. Like that's what makes them stick. But if you're just like,
I
they're
think-
not talking to me. Well, shit.
That's sorry.
I think for me, the reason I got locked in as a known entity at blue belt and even white belt for me was because my school started pretty small. Like freaking Hassett, he was a purple belt when he opened the school, right? So he was already just like a mid-range belt to begin with, and then he had other people who were like, we were like babies. We didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
So, and it was a smaller group of jiu-jitsu people. So that's why we kind of all knew each other. We didn't have a lot of drop off in the beginning because it was just
It
small.
was small, yeah.
But then I can tell you 3 drop offs that happened immediately when I joined jiu-jitsu. And I've made mention before. It's my brother, my cousin, and my homeboy who we all joined. The 4 of us joined together. And I think back and I'm like, dude, they would all be like 3-stripe black belts right now, if not more. If not more. Actually, I guess they'd be some of them would be probably pushing on a 4th stripe because,
Depending on
you
how
know,
fast they go.
I'm a slow learner in jiu-jitsu. So
Who you telling?
it took me longer.
Yeah, but did you have upper belts every day with you always?
No.
Like, that's
No,
something that
I mean, when our upper belts started popping up because some of them just happened to be promoted before me, you know, and yeah, dude, but those guys would all be like multi-stripe black belts by now if they would have stuck with it. It's so weird. But then you make mention of seeing people start and then fall off that you've invested a lot into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks,
It sucks.
dude. That sucks.
That's why we say what white belts don't have a soul.
right. Oh,
They don't. Or
They don't.
name.
I know.
Don't take it personally.
It's
I'll
not-
give
White belts
nicknames.
don't-
I give everybody nicknames. That's why I do that.
You
because
gotta
I'm
earn your
Because you can't remember their name.
I don't remember the name, dude. But by the
Yeah,
time they're a blue
exactly.
belt, they've been there a couple years. Okay, I know the guy now.
Yeah, for sure. Right, because you see they're putting in work.
putting
they're
in work.
Have you guys seen Cobra Kai, the show?
Yeah.
He calls that kid penis breath. Yeah, the fat kid. He just would
Oh,
call him
yeah,
penis breath.
yeah.
And like that's how you know him.
That's
like,
kinda
yeah,
right.
yeah. So that's the way.
That's
to,
all, man.
Yeah, that's Rod right there.
I have nicer nicknames than
I'm about
that.
to say, have a nicer nickname than that. Good Lord. That's pretty rough.
Cobra Kai.
But damn, who else you got? What's another one that kind of hit you?
I'm just hoping it's not my brother because he's new. He's a blue belt. He trains at his school in Oregon. Like, he's actually next year going to be the president of the club at the
Oh.
school. So, like, that's keeping him in it for
Yeah,
sure.
nice.
He doesn't
That-
have an instructor. He doesn't have anybody to guide him. He has some brown and kind of a recent black belt, but he's
Okay.
leaving after this year.
shit.
So it's like mostly white belts. Him, who's recently blue, a couple months, maybe a purple. So it's tough to stick around when you don't have anybody who's really good, kind of
Right.
making you better.
Right.
So I'm just hoping that being in that responsibility is going to keep him into it because
Dig
he
it.
does love to train when he comes back.
Well, Shorty has a similar situation because he travels so
Oh,
much,
yeah.
and like
Yeah.
he's the higher belt a lot of times when he goes overseas.
Yeah.
And like he'll do a tour. He's going for like 3 months or whatever, and if he's lucky, maybe there'll be another couple high belts there.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, man, he like has to take the whole thing on himself,
Dude.
and it's like, how do you maintain your high level of training when you really
You're
don't
not
have
training,
it? You don't
yeah,
have anybody who
that's-
can teach it.
Shorty's got grit, man. You
Oh,
want to talk?
hell
He's
yeah.
probably like the most dedicated guy I know. If you think about it, Shorty is like weighs like 120, 130 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like
He's
you said,
put
he's
on some
always
weight, too, though,
he's
now.
always going on a deployment for like months. He has to go train with these big gorillas half the
That's
time.
still kind of the coolest
Dude, he's
thing
down,
about it,
man.
is he's going to other schools
going
in
to other countries.
countries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
like
He keeps his mat time
that's
going.
awesome. Like going to other schools in general is cool. Like you guys talked about, like if you're a contempt or doing good at your school, go to another school for a class, or
Oh,
go
yeah.
to an open mat somewhere else to really see how you're doing, poke your holes in your game. So if
Right.
you're doing that in another country, even I think that's
God.
even crazier because their standards or teaching is way
I'm about to say,
different.
did you train when you went over
In
You went
Japan,
to
and they
right?
were very IBJJF strict. So it was gi. Like I was a purple. I just got my purple belt. You know, no leg locks, none of that stuff. So
Really?
I did fine. You know, they were,
Nice.
you know, they just didn't train as hard. They had a smaller school. There was like 4 of them.
Right.
You know, didn't know what they were talking about or what they were saying, but I got there for rolls.
Hell yeah.
But it was
They
just
say,
cool. It's a
"Kill
cool
the white
experience.
man.
Yeah,
Kill the white
yeah,
man."
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Could have been. And then, so I know when I went to the Philippines, I think I was
Oh,
a
you did? Nice. Shit.
purple. I might have been a purple belt or a brown belt when I went out. Actually, I think it was a purple belt. And there was this black belt who opened a school. He was from Australia, and
Craig
he
Jones.
had everything up and running. And it was a nice crowd, but I think it topped out at like purple belt, other than him as the black belt. And you know, had a couple good rolls there, but this was like the biggest, furthest I've ever traveled and actually trained.
That's so pretty
But it was
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, I liked it. And Randy, I guess you travel all over, but you're like in the U.S., California, like
Yeah.
school thing.
Usually when I travel, I just go hang out.
I'm going to Maui in a couple weeks. I'm gonna try and train out there.
it's gotta be.
Barbara John told me the school Aloha Academy.
Okay.
Now, $45 for a drop in, which is crazy to me, but I want to try it out there. I want to just see, you know.
Yeah.
And if you do gi, it's $20 to rent your gi.
Did you have to drop the gym name?
Yeah, because if they're gonna, because Barbara John said how great of a school it was. No,
Hey,
it's a
but
great
this way, Maybe they'll
school.
show up and they'll say, "Oh, we saw
Yeah.
you. You know what? No drop in for you."
I'm
Come
just-
on."
but I
Yeah,
guess
I'm
charge
still
them
gonna drop it
double.
and pay.
Or
Yeah, I'm still gonna
double.
drop it and pay. I'm just saying, based off of one of the other episodes, we talked about mat fees.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the areas that does. Which
It
is
would
fine.
make sense to that one though. It's a tourist-based economy that you
And
kind of
that's
have to.
Yeah,
True.
100%. I
Thank
get
you.
it.
Yeah,
That
Barbara
actually
John
makes
doesn't have to
really
pay, but
good
you know, I get
sense.
it.
That makes good sense.
gonna pay $45.
Says the guy who just chills on vacation. No,
Right?
don't talk about it.
Come on, you gotta
Just
go.
train.
Gotta
Try.
I paid $50 for a drop in before.
Oh God, yes, I paid in Japan. I don't know
don't
how much.
care.
I paid something amount of yen.
If I want to train and that's what they charge, cool.
6,000
They got a
yen.
business to run.
It's like a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, they not my friend. I'm just a drop in.
I mean, I'll buy a shirt.
I'm just
There you go.
traveling.
Buy a shirt.
I would love to buy a Raspberry.
How many times have they gotten that message?
What?
What? Just buy a shirt?
Oh, hey, I'm gonna come by. I'm gonna come
Oh, and
train.
never show
Expecting
up.
to come in for free. You already know what the innuendo is there. Come on now.
Yes, man. I don't know.
Shouldn't
I've
be a
never paid a
problem.
drop-in fee.
Shouldn't be a problem.
I've
Yeah,
never
see?
done it. Did you pay a drop-in
be a
fee
problem.
when you
I
went?
paid once. One
Yeah?
time paid one. Yeah.
We're gonna charge them when they come in.
We start charging. Oh, you're gonna charge us?
$20 for me, Chad. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. He's not even gonna get the money.
Yeah, he's not getting shit.
Just direct to us.
Oh man.
So let me see. So I'm trying to think who else was actually really good and started to disappear, man. Like, man, there are some.
You know what? I got
got
a call out.
up there.
Devin,
Your best
calling
friend.
you out.
Yeah.
My best friend, Devin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wait, is that the guy
He's
who
the
used to
one who
train?
got me into
Oh.
jiu-jitsu.
I remember that guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
course.
He's a
he
cool
wrestled
dude.
growing up, and
Yeah, I
he's a
remember
really
that guy.
good wrestler in high school and all that. He got me into it, and then he stopped, and I was like, "Why, bro?"
Don't leave
That
me,
sucks.
bro.
Yeah.
Don't leave me.
And then now here I am. So
That's honestly sucks too because that's your partner
Yeah,
to drill
yeah.
with. You're like, all right, make sure you're there at this time. So when
Yeah,
we go in
dude.
after warm-ups, we can be partners. And then you go in and you're like, oh, there's a
Yep.
bunch
Had
of
to force to
B
make friends.
people. Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
Yeah,
learn to
my
hold
other
your own.
boy, freaking Mike, man, he was a killer. His private Mike, and he disappeared. Private. We called him Private Mike for some reason that he paid for a lot of privates. Like
okay.
he got really, really good because he was like doing so many one-on-ones.
told
like,
you.
Oh yeah,
He was
we were just
dropping
talking about that
dough,
today,
man.
Yeah.
and
Alright.
and he was legit. And life got in the way, you know. I think he was like getting married, and kids, and all this other shit. And then next thing you know, he kind of like dropped off at purple. And then it was years went by, right? I'm a black belt, I think. And then but I'm still talking to him. He's still cool. Boom, he started showing up again. I was like, oh shit, this is on, right? So now I'm not there anymore, but he's still going. He hit his brown belt. Sweet. I pop in again, a year or two later or whatever. I see him. I was like, oh shit, Private Mike in the house. He dropped off again at brown belt.
Military or no?
No. He's just
Insane private Mike. You
just a
think he'd be
regular Joe
military.
Schmo, but he's a cool guy. But dude, he dropped that brown belt. And I don't think he's trained for years now.
Heart got
Brown belt.
broken.
Why a brown belt? That's so
I just
crazy.
got-
I could not think of, I
I've
could not
said
think
this
of leaving.
before on the
I know.
podcast, but it was Chris Heuser. I think that's how you say his last name. But he's like one of the original 12 American black belts. But he said when you quit at blue belt, life gets in the way, and then at purple and brown belt, your heart got broken.
Oh, damn.
Like broken by
feel like you'd want it
jiu-jitsu
more.
or broken by something.
I would imagine that's your heart got broken in jiu-jitsu.
How does that
Whether
happen?
it's expectation or, imposter syndrome, whatever you think
Right.
it is that could overlie that, I could see it.
Yeah. See, but then I now look. I think I mentioned this before. There's so many guys though that I've seen start at white belt, and they're all black belts now. Like I said, I've
You
seen like
have seen a lot?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think we
I've
have a
seen
unique group.
A lot of freaking people hit black belt, and that's over in Hass. That's a tough fucking school. That's a tough school. But like I remember seeing guys white belt, brand new, and I come back and I'm like, holy shit, dude! It's been what 10, 12, 13 years. Look at you.
I remember I was talking to Tyler Bray, and I think except for maybe 3 or 4 guys that we started with, everybody has their black belt.
Yo, that's not the norm.
That's Rex. That's
But those are your
Trevor,
friends who
that's-
you're with. That
Right,
wasn't
so
us.
and
all
that's
started
true.
when we all
How many of
started.
those other people did show up and you never
just don't
really
notice. Yeah.
they weren't even
paid
on your
any
radar
attention.
because they
They
didn't have
weren't even on-
souls.
Right.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
weren't even on your radar. There's
don't
probably
know.
3, 4, 5 times as many people who showed up.
No, but just to
trained
have,
a little
like,
and just did.
I remember
Even if they just put it on once, that still counts.
there
Yeah.
was an Aries promotion. I think
Right.
it was when who got their black belt. Someone got their black belt. I think maybe it was Ian.
I was
Ian
in
got
that
his
one.
black
Remember
belt.
me and you were the only ones in no gi stuff? Everybody else was in gi?
No, I was in a black gi.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
told to
Yeah,
wear a
yeah,
white
yeah.
gi, and I was like, "Fuck that!"
I
I'm
had
wearing a
my
black
regular
gi.
T-shirt on.
That's because they all take pictures and they try to get them.
They had
Yeah,
all white,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I was like,
No.
I don't own a white gi.
I
I'm
don't-
not buying a
no,
white gi.
I don't either, yeah.
And I refuse to wear a white gi.
I don't
Fuck
go to
tradition.
Aries either, so.
I don't want to hear that. Damn, he's gonna hold that against me later.
right?
But I remember we took a picture, and it was like everybody who started at Infinite
They're still there.
that
Oh,
are
yeah.
that have that are now black belts.
Yeah.
And when you look at that group, it was like over 15 people, and it was a lot of us that where we all started together, whether we split off or not. Between the day class and the night class, it was a lot of people.
That's cool.
And to have that many people, it was like, fuck. That's,
I know.
But you almost
that's
have to
a
make
lot.
2 groups though, right? Because you got the one group of the guys who just take it up and they start training, whatever. You don't really notice them. But then you have the other guys who are committed. You can tell they're in it.
Yeah.
They're involved in it, right? And that's a different. Like, why do those guys quit? The guys that are in it, you're like, I can't believe they got quit.
Do you think
Some-
social aspect keeps a lot of people in
I
it?
was just about to say that.
Right?
I was
Like
just about to say
having
that.
a good friend group and a good outlet. Like I would say me and him and maybe a couple other people are always the last people to leave the gym. Like even if there's 30, 40 people,
Right.
we
It's
stay
always
talking
us.
to Chad until like the very last minute. And it's just because it's our time to decompress,
It's sort of like you guys
relax,
are
talk.
sidekicks.
Chad sidekicks. God damn it. Fuck. You're right.
Who's there?
So
Shit.
who's Batman? You know, come on.
Alliance sidekicks, fine, whatever. All right.
Can you be co-equal sidekicks?
You can.
Is that
Yeah,
more
we're co-heroes.
Is
What
that
are we gonna
like-
be sidekicks?
Sidekick was not a
He's a
bad
black belt
thing.
too, just because I'm brown belt. I get it, but
Hey, what
You're-
were the Munchkins and Willy Wonka?
No, but you're right. I think
Sidekicks.
by the
Employees.
Oompa Loompas.
The Oompa Loompas. Yeah, those guys.
Are we Oompa Loompas?
Fuck
No.
it, yeah.
no psychic
Jiu-Jitsu.
implies a
I think
hierarchy.
they were employees.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Psychic it implies a hierarchy, right? like the
Yeah,
one
it
guy
does.
has.
Yeah,
a
no
sidekick.
shit, man.
You got
Side.
Batman, you got Batman, you got Robin.
And Robin's.
Yeah, and
just
I'm
called
pulling
him-
rank.
I just
You
called
got-
him
you got-
Robin.
Yeah, he's got rank
Green
on me just
Hornet,
because I'm
and you
funnier.
got Kato.
Yeah, but Kato whooped it.
Yeah, but he was
Just because they're cool.
Debatable.
Hey, I was waiting to say something.
Hey, think about it. Who'd you rather be, Kato or the Green Hornet? Come on, man. Kato knows how to fight.
Yeah, but
Green
would you rather be
Hornet
Robin
owns
or
the
That's
Batman?
Bruce
Bruce Lee, that's a bias.
Would you rather be Superdog or Superman? Like, come on.
Well, no, I mean that's,
didn't have a-
it's not a
That's his
He doesn't
sidekick.
have a sidekick.
Who's Superman's sidekick besides
He
Superdog?
doesn't have a sidekick.
doesn't have-
Besides Superdog.
No,
It's
and
not a
it's
sidekick.
crypto. It's not Superdog.
Yeah, it's not super.
Whatever. I don't watch
The
those
offense in
comics.
Harold's
Yeah,
face
Yeah,
right
Harold
now.
got so upset. He's like, it's fucking crypto, you
You need to
douchebag.
zoom in on the video.
In his head, he's just like, I hate you.
Haley probably thinks it's a super pit bull or something.
Yeah, if
I'm
only.
just saying, like, how are you that much of a nerd, but you don't know the Superman is
Anime.
good?
Because
It's
it's not
different
One
in
Piece.
cartoons. Yeah.
It's not One Piece. Fair enough. Who's Naruto's?
Naruto's. That's every person who doesn't know how to say Naruto. They say Naruto.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing.
Who's Naruto's sidekick?
He don't got one. He's his own gangster. That's all it is.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
See.
See, I don't
Piccolo
even
and
know.
Gohan.
That's
Okay,
Dragon
I
Ball.
know.
You
Fair
retard.
enough. Wait, no.
Where I was
But-
going with
but-
that.
sidekicks.
But fair enough.
Goku,
Piccolo and
Goku.
Gohan,
I guess
yeah.
Goku's just the dog, and everybody else is the lower characters.
And just like I said in the other thing, the sidekick is actually stronger than the main guy. Like,
Gohan is stronger,
right. He
can
absolutely ended up being stronger.
Yeah.
but he had to go to school.
Kato can kick the Green Hornet's
Kato,
ass.
bro.
Yeah.
Batman don't play that bullshit.
Yeah,
bro.
Robin.
Nah.
Batman, ain't nobody beat
I
Batman.
said, Robin. You're an orphan.
but actually-
you're also an orphan.
He just replaces Robin.
you got money. Yeah. I'm the one with money.
Sorry. All right, we're
No,
taking
no,
this to the
but
cartoon
all
land.
joking aside, though, I was
Yes.
watching a podcast, and the guy made a good point. He said, if you're starting jiu-jitsu now, you basically have to be a sidekick, because if you don't get like that buddy system, you're not gonna make it.
Oh yeah.
You'll fall
yeah.
off, dude.
But
I
that's
can see
always
that.
been.
I had
jiu-jitsu.
everybody.
You have
That
to.
was a sidekick for me. I was.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah,
clean
you gotta
the
have to have
mats. You
somebody.
have to
Yeah.
spray
Yeah.
the mats.
You need that
have
one
to-
guy. No, but you need a guy that's gonna like kind of take you
Take
under
you
the
under
wing.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
help
I
you.
see what you're saying. Like who can really get good at jiu-jitsu alone? You can't.
can't.
You
know,
can't, dude. You need
can't.
that
It's
person to help you.
You do have to build some relationship.
Yep.
So if you want to
And
talk
you know
about
what?
it in that regard, I
Sometimes-
was David's sidekick, Henson.
Same for
Scott
me, man.
Chapman, I was his sidekick.
Same for me. I was gonna say David Henson and Rex actually taught me a lot of
Same.
lasso
David
stuff. But
Henson,
David
Rex,
Henson
Anthony,
built a lot of
you
my
two.
game, to be honest, man.
So okay,
See, look how many
great
we
point.
have.
That's a really, really good point. Which now I'm going to put out to everybody who's listening. If you can kind of see that you were someone's sidekick at a time, or that you have took somebody under your wing and you have a sidekick, do you think that is like almost a requirement to actually have that longevity in jiu-jitsu? Like, do you need somebody to kind of hold your hand and walk you through? Because
yeah.
I couldn't have done it
yes, you
myself.
do.
no
Only
different
to a
than an
certain point,
apprenticeship.
though. Only to a certain point.
You have to have some kind of
No, because we
grit.
still
you
rely
use-
on
Yeah.
Chad now.
You have no,
Yeah,
I-
but we could go any.
He could
Yes,
go
we
anywhere
rely on
and
Chad
learn
for
now,
sure, but
though.
we could go anywhere
Yeah.
and keep doing
But
jiu-jitsu.
if
Like,
you
fucking
want to get
early
better,
on.
you always
But-
need a role
and here's-
model.
yeah,
Agreed.
as a white belt, sure, I needed Rex, I needed Anthony, I needed them to
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah,
get
I
better.
understand.
But like,
But now he's self-directed.
He's self-
for
yeah,
the
he's
most
on his
part,
own.
he's
He's
self-sufficient,
self-directed.
yeah.
He can go.
He's
like
he's
I could
motivating
teach
somebody
if I
else.
wanted to.
I guarantee you, there's people that are looking up to you right now that you don't even know it, because
Yeah.
that's how it was. Like, I don't think David knew that I was really like, oh,
fucking
maybe David's
12-year-old.
my guy. Dude. Show me all this stuff, right?
fucking body slammed him.
Yeah. But sometimes they don't know. Like,
Yeah,
it's not like
I
I
don't
said,
know
hey,
who's
Rex,
looking at
let's
me.
have this. You know,
There's one guy
talk.
that called me sir one time, and I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, I'm not sir. Like,
Yeah, when I get called coach, it's kind of weird.
yeah,
Nah, I
Right.
didn't.
Professor,
Makes you want to go
Professor
get an
Randy.
AARP
I will
card.
say-
Hey, can you
No,
make
I
his
don't know.
tag? Hey,
You-
can you
you
make
teach,
his
all right?
tag Professor
You
Randy when
teach.
you show him? When it shows his name, when you say Randy, can you put Professor Randy?
That's nice.
Please,
Facts.
please, yes.
Go train.
Yeah, dude.
I did have one. I don't like saying psychic. It's weird. But
Protege?
Phoenix, shout out Phoenix.
Protege.
Yeah, Phoenix,
Um,
see, that's better.
During COVID, we were still training, and then Phoenix, he would come over to my place, and we would do. He grew up doing CrossFit,
Okay.
so we would
Burping
do
his way out of arm bars.
basically. So we would do an hour of lifting, and he would critique like my big lifts and help me fix them, and then we would do an hour of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So it's like just a technique exchange,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we
yeah.
did that for like 2-3 years, and just seeing how he rolls now, like he knows how to body lock, motherfucker ENT'd me before he
Ooh.
moved. Hey, I gotta give him credit.
Yeah, when you take someone,
And
to
it
the
was a
ring, though,
setup I helped him out with.
Yeah,
yeah.
they know your shit and they get you with it, or you can't. do
Oh
anything.
man!
They're like,
But
"Oh,
you know what's
bastard."
now I know how Scott feels.
Yeah,
Because Scott showed me a lot of stuff.
Speaking of guillotines, I just ran a nice guillotine class on Friday.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
the sit back one. and-
Nah, dude, there's something extra fancy. I'll show it to you next
All
time.
right, Wednesday.
But you know what's funny though, that the main person doesn't always have to be a higher belt, because now some of these guys know so much. Like
Totally.
a guy that I go a lot with is gonna be Oleg. Me and
For
Oleg
sure.
are always working together, and Oleg knows a lot of these little crafty little moves.
'Cause he
Like
studies
he's
the
a very
shit out of it.
intelligent guy, and he'll look at it
Yeah.
and he'll kind of figure out an easier way to do it. Right, that's his engineering brain.
100%.
But Oleg and I always see we come up with new things, or mainly he does. He comes up with new stuff, and I'm like, that's pretty slick, and we'll try drill it.
We got
And
somebody
he's a
like
purple
that.
belt.
Johnny. With the leg locks.
yeah.
Like he's a purple belt, but like he's so proficient at leg locks that like
Renzo
You can
Gracie
go talk to him
and
like.
Reno.
Yeah.
I know Chad talks shit on him,
Oh,
but
so
I know
much,
Chad is
so great.
That's a pretty good move.
Yeah.
I know. Don't you hate like giving props when you're
Oh,
like,
it's
damn
so
it, I
annoying.
didn't
You're like,
want
you
to
little
get
shit, you
that.
don't deserve this, but fine.
Fuck, you
See,
did
that's
Some
that.
what
upper body attacks, dog. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, learn something else.
That's where the
Pass my
sport's
guard.
changed.
Yes.
When you have purple belts, having the knowledge of a freaking higher belt.
Well,
basically.
we said that before too. Like your average, not your average, but a good purple belt now is absolutely better than a lot of black belts.
it's
back in the
access
day.
to information.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's so flooded. It's ubiquitous. You can go anywhere and see it. Like YouTube black belts. It's like they're
Yeah.
everywhere. You know what I mean? And a lot of that shit, it's legit. Like
It
you
is.
have people now, they're sharing things that if you jump back 10, 15 years, they would never share this
100%.
openly.
They would not
Oh,
share it.
no.
Right? Like, oh, this is only
my
for my
secret.
students
Yeah.
who
I'm
take
thinking
my
of somebody, but
privates,
I'm not
who
gonna
do
say
my
it.
seminar.
You're right.
Now it's just like, I'm going to put it on the Instagrams,
Yeah.
the YouTube.
You can find some good stuff on Instagram and go
Yeah.
play with
You
it
can.
at class.
You
And be
can.
like, oh, this
Oh,
works.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they work.
I'll tell you this. I straight up, I guess I'm not stealing it because it's in my lineage, but like some of the Megler Reese brothers, I'll go in and, he'll do a lot of his stuff. He'll put it out there. And I go, hey, you know what? It's all team balance. I'm a team balance guy still.
Yeah.
So I feel that I'm allowed to show this stuff. So I'll take some of it and I'll practice it. Like I did this pec lock. Holy crap.
I remember that one.
Pull this
It
way.
was
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so
Austin does
vicious,
those and they
dude.
suck.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It was
That's the one
so
that'll suck.
freaking vicious, and
From the back, too.
and shout out to freaking the animal, freaking Ricardo Megler-Reese. Dude, it was vicious. I was
That's
like,
the
I'm
white
doing
ones.
this shit. I'm showing it.
There's a guy I follow.
Those are you gotta be careful with those.
Oh
You
yeah,
tear a pec with those.
Oh yeah, you'll hurt somebody.
Put a
with
guy
that
out
shit.
for months.
There's a
dude.
guy I follow. His name's Dubious Dom, I think.
Dubious Dom.
Dubious.
Yeah,
I like
and he has some like slick escapes and moves and stuff like that. I've tried to implement it, so just try it. I'm like, oh, this works.
Hell yeah.
And I use it all the time now.
See, but here's what's crazy. Not too long ago, if somebody would have freaking came to a class, saying to their instructor, "Hey man, I saw this on YouTube," he'd get pissed.
Yeah.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
be like, "What? Take your YouTube bullshit out of here."
That's
That
how
shit
Rubber
don't
Guard
work.
got treated.
Right?
It was a
Still
YouTube
whack.
move.
Still whack.
What happened to rubber guard? Does anybody do rubber guard
I
anymore?
don't know, people who blow their knees out probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
My
do you
friend
still
Chris
see it all?
Vickers just got.
I can't do that shit. I
Randy,
don't trust it.
do you see rubber guard at all anymore?
Yeah, my friend Chris Vickers. He
Cool, you
just
got
got
one. One.
Yeah,
Dead
I saw that.
Orchard
One
number
person.
89 or 90 in
Dead Orchard's a
competition.
cool ass.
And what does he
bar.
what does he usually hit?
What?
Chris Vickers, what does he
But
hit?
it's not like prevalent.
Hits what?
He hits that armbar from
Rubber guard.
Yeah.
So he sets it up from
Full
rubber guard,
Full guard. He'll bring up
full
the-
guard to rubber guard,
Where's
and then he
the two
transitions
arms
to
in?
Dead
Yep.
Orchard. Yep.
And you
Dead
just pick
Orchard,
which one
yeah.
you want to attack.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he's at 89, 90 in competition.
Yeah, that's
I-
crazy.
And
I-
then here's
I'll-
the thing: everybody knows he's gonna go for the Dead Orchard, and they cannot stop it. He's
So
competing
irritating.
at black belt, and he's just running records with
That's
this
gotta
submission.
be tough, dude.
Yeah.
That's gotta be tough. You like, damn.
Because he
this
knows
is gonna be
this is
bad.
like what I see when I see him compete is like every time from like Dead Orchard in the 60s to now in the 80s.
right.
You can see the difference because he knows the reactions.
Gotcha.
So he has a counter to every reaction. Okay, you're gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. You're gonna
So
do this.
he's-
I'm gonna do
yeah,
this.
he's played the
And then-
scenarios so many times.
It's like he's so far ahead of
You know who
this
does
chess
that?
game
Carl
that like
does
you're
it, teaches like
true.
that.
There's
The
nothing you can
options.
do.
Yeah.
You go here,
Right.
I go here. You do this.
Yeah.
You only
It's
get so
like-
many choices.
There was an old
Yeah.
Nick Cage movie. Oh man, what the hell was it called? Anyway, he would see just a few
Oh, yeah,
seconds
Knowing.
into the future.
Knowing.
It
No, it wasn't knowing.
It was knowing.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was
Jennifer
not
Beal.
knowing. It wasn't knowing. It was another one though.
Yeah, pull that shit out. It wasn't no damn knowing. Get out of here.
autistic though.
But
I mean that the name works.
But anyway, listen. As you're searching, my point is, he would see a scenario,
Like outcomes,
and,
right?
and he would be like, "Oh, I don't like this."
you're thinking
And he would come
of the one
back.
with Robert Downey Jr. He was
No,
a detective.
dude, it's
What was
Nick
that?
Cage.
He did that
100%
one, right?
Nick Cage.
Oh, knowing Nick Cage.
Shut up. That don't look right. I don't even think that's it. Nah, hell no, that's not it.
That's
You
it.
got the wrong
That's not
movie,
it.
dude.
It's the wrong
You're
movie.
thinking Sherlock Holmes because he would see the outcome.
How
of
is
crime.
Sherlock Holmes seen in the future?
I'm telling you.
No, yeah,
Watch
you're
Sherlock
telling me,
Holmes.
but it doesn't mean it's
not
right.
knowing.
Listen, watch Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
And he would
that's
see
different.
like even the guy
It's not
punching,
knowing.
He would see all those
Hold
little
on.
steps.
I'll
Watch.
find it.
He's gonna find it's not
I'm gonna
knowing.
find it.
Damn
it
it.
probably isn't.
Because he
Sherlock
was
Holmes.
trying to stop an
Damn
explosion.
it. Next.
Next.
Dang
Thank
it.
you.
You suck.
Say Sherlock Holmes.
Man, have
Still
me
saying
doubt my
Sherlock
Nick
Holmes like it
Cage
matters.
knowledge.
How do we go from rubber guard to knowing?
Well,
and next?
because we were
Because you
talking
see in
about
front
here's
of
how,
you.
because Nick Cage in the movie Next would see all these different
Knowing
scenarios.
was a time capsule movie.
This guy.
He would see all the
Stop.
different scenarios that could happen because in his mind they all played out. He was like, it played out. Oh, it didn't work the way I wanted, and he would kind of rewind to the start point again, and they would play the next scenario and the next scenario and the next. And that's what we're saying. Like this guy
The
with his
next
rubber guard,
scenario?
yeah, exactly. He would play rubber guard so much that he's like, well, I've already played this scenario. I know what they're going to do. I know how it will fail if he does this, and then I counter like that. So he runs it back. He said, I'll try this one. Nope, I've seen this.
Yep.
And he's built up that
So you can't let him get the
muscle
position.
memory to the point where
100%.
he just knows every possible
You
scenario.
can't let him get the position. That's how you
Right.
stop that.
Well, that's the.
If they get the position,
Hell, that's like anything. Don't let them get the position on you. If
well,
you don't
some
want
of
to
you
get
can get
caught.
out, but yeah,
How do I
sometimes
get out?
they
You
get
don't
you're-
get there.
You're stuck.
Hell yeah.
Now, yeah, I don't see a lot of rubber guard though. Not a lot. I don't see
Not
it.
so
I used to
much
see it a
anymore.
lot.
No.
On
Just
the
like
highest level, the only person who plays it, I would say currently, is Mason Fowler, but it's in the gi.
But
Because
also,
he's doing rubber guard.
That guy's
so
good.
he's
If your
pulling out
coaches
the outside
don't teach
lapel,
it-
Fowler's legit,
getting
dude.
rubber guard and then pulling the lapel over his leg.
you,
So-
Gus, you, John, no one's teaching rubber guard. Chad's not teaching rubber guard.
Chad doesn't like rubber
Yeah,
guard.
exactly. So no one really is teaching that. Maybe 10th Planet, but like,
I mean,
I think just you have to have a
if you
body
wanna
type
do a
for
good
it.
omoplata
Some people just can't do it.
setup, you
I don't
can
like
do rubber
omoplatas.
guard.
Now I'll do
Yeah.
like Williams guard, and I'll stop it at there. That's the closest I get to rubber guard is Williams guard.
He said the Williams guard, right?
You don't even bring in your foot over to the opposite shoulder, dog.
You just I can't. But that little bit extra.
Yeah.
You're just
that's when
hooking
you start
behind your
blowing
knee.
knee out. That's when you start blowing your knee out. But Arthur always moves that are like the move of the day. Like when we started, it was freaking De La Hiva. Everything was De La Hiva, De La Hiva, De La Hiva.
Yeah.
Everything was De La Hiva. It
I
was that
told
deep,
you.
deep De La Hiva.
Yeah,
That was like the
I
move to do.
hate
yeah,
that.
I
Can't
loved
stand it.
it.
To
I
this
loved
day,
someone doing
I
that to me because I
hate
can.
De La Hiva, man. Like,
No?
I,
really?
I always
It's
feel
harder
like
on
my
your knees,
knee
too,
is in a
Yeah, it's harder on your
compromised
knee.
position. It's like I'm all looped around somebody, and I
Yeah.
just feel like if somebody dips down real hard,
Question about that.
knees blown out. What's up?
Do you feel like because the way you're hooking in, your knee feels
Yes.
your knee feels weak?
Yes.
So I figured out what that is.
All right, you have to show it to me.
So once you hook
got
it
bad
in,
knees.
you gotta hook
Yeah, I know,
back
right?
and pull your knee to your chest. It activates your knee better.
All right.
Because every time I would get a De La Hiva hook,
Right,
and then people would
like
push
dip into it. Yeah.
my
I don't
knee,
like that,
my
dude.
meniscus
Yeah.
would pop.
See, I don't like that shit.
Both of my meniscus.
That's too much
not
risk
me.
for me.
But hold on,
I'll
wait.
find a new move.
That's because I'm hooking in sideways,
Right.
But I have no pressure pulling their leg.
So
in.
you're hooking and pulling.
I'm hooking and then.
Oh, you're doing
pulling their
like
leg
a
in.
K guard almost, like you with
But you
that
know
other
what?
leg, that
See,
outside
and-
leg.
and-
You know, you
and
pull it
it'd
in.
be- Oh yeah.
That's what you're doing. You're
But to
saying.
be perfectly honest, that even though that makes sense, right? I'm activating it a different way. It would be a thing where I'm like, shit. Now I gotta relearn something. I gotta make massive adjustments.
Gotta be very
just
mindful
to do
of it.
some shit that I don't even like.
You also gotta watch where your ass cheeks are at too.
That leaf is really good for
So
lifting.
you got
Like-
what?
You gotta watch where your ass cheeks are at on the
Oh,
foot.
okay.
Because
Yeah.
if the foot's here, you can't have like
Dead straight.
your middle line. Your right cheek needs to be over here.
That's too much nuance for
That's
me.
too
If I got to
much
worry
ass
about my
cheek.
cheek,
But that's how you
Right
no.
now,
You
now
have
I
to
gotta
scoot
pull
your
my
butt
leg
once.
back. I gotta twerk. I gotta do all kinds of extra shit.
Just scoot your butt like you hip escape.
you see, you got to twerk. Oh my
Man.
god,
It's too much.
you got to twerk on the
Watch
mat.
your
there,
ass
right?
when you're on
Like-
the- I'm on the mat trying to make it
Jiu-jitsu
flat.
is all
That's
about
too
I
much.
like
details.
De La Hiva. I've been trying to play it more because
Right.
I've been trying to play more sit-up guard. So to set it up, I have to play De La Hiva.
Makes
So
sense.
I've been trying to figure out how to make sure my knee's protected in that position because it would always pop.
No, but like-
then I recognized I wasn't engaging my knee. I wasn't engaging my leg properly in De La Hiva.
Okay.
Which made my knee weak.
But my point is that like that was almost a prerequisite. Like you had to know De La Hiva. That was like part of the jiu-jitsu curriculum.
Oh, yeah.
And what I think now is that we've realized that some people just aren't built for De La Hiva. I mean,
Well,
it took a while to get there,
yeah.
right?
There's a
The guy that's
difference,
on is
though.
probably this long-legged dude. He's great at
If you're
everybody.
playing no-gi,
Yeah.
De La Hiva's a transition point.
It's not as bad at no-gi.
It's
Yes, it's a transitional.
point.
Yes,
It's not a game.
I'll
to
do a
play.
little bit of it.
Reverse
Yeah.
De La Hiva.
That's okay.
That's where
The
you
reverse
can
De La
play.
Hiva's
That's
nice.
that's
You can play
legit. Kiss the
regular
dragon,
De
all
La
that stuff.
Hiva.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you can't play
Kiss
De
the
La Hiva
dragon.
and no gi. But now if you're on the gi, and now I have like a sleeve and a collar.
Yeah, that's different
you
now.
can play De La Riva and off balance that way.
Yeah,
And
Chad does that
it's a lot
constantly.
He shows some good stuff.
Yeah.
In there, 'cause I used to not like to play it, and I'm like, oh, this
Wait,
is
wait,
awesome.
Randy, I got stuff for you. You won a fight to win with. How do you win your fight to win move? What'd you do?
Fight to win.
I remember this. You got
did a
a
fight
Oh
to
no,
win?
that was
No, no.
Submission Pro Tour.
submission protocol. What'd you
Oh,
do?
wow.
Oh, knee bar, back.
Off
step.
what?
Off a back.
Off
step.
of Delhi.
Ah,
Off Delhi. There you go.
it is nice.
That was
Oh,
a good
right,
one.
right. So
That
the
was a
guy
long time
had
ago.
him De La Riva.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
He spun
Off
around
De La
to his
Riva.
knee.
It's supposed to be no leg locks.
Good
was
job,
it
Randy.
really?
Good job.
So it was hella funny because it's supposed to be no leg locks, and the whole time we train for no leg locks, and then we're doing the rules, and the guy's like, "All right, leg locks are legal." Blah, blah.
Randy's
And I
like,
was
yes.
"Oh, all right."
I fuck it
Guess
then.
I'm gonna do that.
No leg
worked
locks. At what belt?
Blue or purple?
Whatever happened to fucking close guard?
I love close guard.
Me too.
Scissor
You're
sweep.
right.
Scissor
Thank
sweep.
you.
Scissor sweep.
Just like,
It is
dude,
legit.
I'm boring as hell
Triangles.
with my jujitsu. I play close guard, half guard, Z guard, butterfly guard. That's it.
I feel like the better you get in jiu-jitsu, the more you do that.
You kind of go back.
I
to-
like to close guard because I don't like motherfuckers running all around me and shit.
I think
I like
there's
to
also,
slow
like-
down and just.
Yeah, I hate.
The
Scissor
higher
sweep
you
and
go,
then
there's
knee
an
to belly
urgency
and
to
freaking
not
armbar.
be in close guard.
Yeah.
Well, wait, to be in it or to hold someone in it?
No, if somebody pulls you into their close,
Yeah, they want to get the hell out.
There's
you wanna
such
be
an
out.
urgency
For sure.
now to not be in
For
it.
sure.
I
Oh,
yeah,
think
you
that's
don't wanna
part
get
of the
caught in it.
reason
Yeah.
Yeah,
why.
you don't want to, which is why I fight to get
I
people
stay
to
out
close
of it.
guard all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Like when people like say, even when they're doing like they want to stand and do all their different passes, and I hate shin on shin. I ain't gonna lie, but Rob was teaching the shin on shin.
You
class.
like shin on shin? I love
Dude,
shin on
I don't
shin.
Why?
I don't know why. It's just it's
great,
a weird
dude.
feeling.
No,
position
it's not
for me.
weird.
For me, I'm saying it's a
Okay.
weird feeling for me. If I'm about to do shin on shin, I'd rather lace the leg inside,
Do that takedown. I
do
know
that
the one you do.
takedown, and then move from there. But I don't know. I don't like shin on shin.
But see,
I don't
shin on
like-
shin, the
I don't
guy's not
like
trying to get on
shin.
top. He's trying to stay pretty much on the bottom. Mostly your leg lockers want to be on the bottom.
Yeah, and that's why. So
They
you
get
know,
underneath
and I'm
you.
not looking right. I'm not looking for running into a bunch of leg locks.
Just shin on shin to sweep, dog.
Yeah.
Save some energy.
No, he's got that takedown one.
I
He
like
does.
that takedown better. Yeah, where you hook the leg, you kind of pull them forward.
It's
But
basically
it's
like
not
yeah,
shin on
you're
shin,
wrapping
though.
your bottom leg like
Yeah,
a half
it's
line
like-
coming
and
up.
then you drive
Get the
your
fucking
shoulder
underhook
in.
on that
It's like
shit.
he's going on a false sweep.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
You ain't closing that gap.
It's
Oh,
not
no,
shin on
I'm
shin.
gonna,
though.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna show that one and put a video in it.
It's,
I
it's like a
that
false
one.
sweep, like you put your leg where you do a false sweep. It's like that. Not shin on shin. If you put it on the back side of the leg. Like a false
False
sweep.
sweep is when you go under and then you take
Yeah,
this
yeah.
foot over
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
bring it over.
Yeah.
You're doing that one?
No. I'm just saying
He's
he
saying
doesn't
steps
start
up.
with the shin on the shin. He starts with the foot on the other side, right?
Right, so I
He's
got
hooking
so
on the
he's
inside,
actually
coming up, and then
the
Yeah.
guy
coming
would
up
be
for like a
stepped
single
in
leg.
between my
Yeah.
legs, and I would take the leg that's inside his.
Yeah.
I'd hook it.
Yeah.
and I'd
I know
pull
you're
You've done that to
about.
me.
Yeah.
and
I
drive.
know.
I do it to
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah,
That's
you've
what I'm
done that
saying.
one.
Like,
So I,
That's why I don't step in with you.
Yeah, never.
Pull your
Step
leg.
around.
see-
You step around. Yeah,
they're
no.
interchangeable. Like if you step in, then you go false sweep. If you don't step in, you go shin on shin, and you kind of go back and forth.
It just depends.
You might like sit up guard.
no, I don't think so.
No, I think you will. I think you will.
All right,
I'll show
to
you
me.
it, and I think
Show
you'll
to
like
me,
it.
yeah.
You'll like it. Yeah.
You know what I like? I like the shit that freaking Hoist and freaking Helson taught back in the like 80s and 90s.
Close guard.
Close
Yeah,
guard.
yeah, yeah.
Close
Side
guard.
control.
Retrap.
I do an
We-
elevator
mount.
I still do elevator sweeps.
Here's your basic triangle. Trap,
We've-
retrap.
We've
adjust.
evolved around that.
Yeah, I don't want to evolve, man. Let me just
But
be
you know
a
what's funny though?
caveman.
No, check it out though.
Evolve.
How do you get into K guard from close guard?
I don't know.
You almost
When they
need to
stand
be.
up?
You need to be. Well, if they're standing up, but from seated position,
Yeah,
you need
if
to
you're
be in
gonna
close
do it
guard.
right, yeah.
It's the best way to do it. So I'm going to start going back to my close guard just for K guard entries.
I go.
Because you got to get there from Z guard. It's very hard to get the knee. I mean, that's just scrambling. Your knee falls in that place.
Come to my next
Yeah, he's
freaking
thinking it
class,
out.
dude.
Randy thinking it out. Huh?
We're
Wednesday.
gonna do some close guard
Close guard's
shit.
kind of
Like
legit,
you,
dude.
We're gonna do
Wednesday.
some
Let's
close
bring close guard back.
Wednesday.
I'd never let it go.
I love close guard. I shoot for a
I
triangle every
hold on
time.
to it like
Every
my
time.
baby's falling
Close
off
guard's
the
legit.
damn
It's
cliff, and I
legit.
gotta
Do it for
catch the
X.
baby and hold the baby.
Oh yeah,
to
from
me.
exit. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
I miss Rex.
Yeah, yeah.
And then hop over.
100%
Never
from
coming to
Rex.
train during nights.
All right. What am I gonna teach? I'm
Bastard.
gonna teach close guard. I'm gonna do a scissor
You should
sweep.
do close guard
and I'm
next
gonna do-
on Wednesday.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that, and then we're gonna pop up. We're gonna hit the knee on belly, and then we're
You
running
get
to a
mount
freaking
from
baseball
from the
show. Baseball
from the
match
scissor
show.
sweep. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Keep
now we're
it
just-
simple, stupid.
Yeah, kiss him.
I'm with
Hell
that
yeah.
theory too. I try to
Yeah,
do the
man.
same thing.
Like if that shit has 20 steps to a freaking move, I'm gonna fuck it up like by the fifth
Yeah.
step. Then I'm trying to figure it back out.
Scissor sweep is the best.
I ain't got
Scissor
time for
sweep
that
is
shit.
legit, dude.
Feels
Ain't
so
nobody got
great
time
when you
for
hit
that.
it.
Yeah, I feel it.
Even though the people who can do it, hey, if you're one of the guys out there who do like 37 steps to a move and still pull it off, God bless you. That's awesome. Like, I mean, that's some impressive shit.
Sit up
Because,
Setup card.
like,
Stupid
I need it
setup
to
card.
be easy, man. Jiu-Jitsu is supposed. I thought that was the whole point. It was like,
Yeah, it should be.
You find
But as
like
people get better,
the
it gets
easiest
more
way-
That's
intricate.
exactly what you just said.
That's the
Randy.
issue.
You're fighting other jiu-jitsu guys. It's gonna get.
Yeah,
You know,
so
we're
you
gonna do
have
a whole
to-
thing
Yeah.
on that,
It's
dude.
as they said. It's
Yeah.
like when you're a white belt, it takes 2 steps. When you
Right.
get purple, it's 3, 4. When you're brown, black belt, it's 6, 7
And it's only
steps.
because the person you're going against knows everything, and really they'll just neutralize you,
Yep.
and then you're just hugging each other for 5 or 8 minutes or however long.
That's like when we train.
It is a lot
I've been
slower.
playing the sit-up guard for you for like the past like 3-4
Yeah,
months.
it's annoying.
Yeah, but he's developing counters to it. So then I have to change.
There you
Okay,
go.
so he's
There
countering
you
me
go.
this, so I have to flip it to the other. So now
Yeah,
we're
you
playing
switch
this
back
and
to the
forth
shin
game.
on shin because I stuffed whatever it was, and I was
Yep.
like, oh, fuck,
and that's
I
why
forgot.
I like it because I have this. I have shin on shin.
Right.
Right. My arms underneath, but I'm grabbing his lapel on the inside.
Okay.
And then I'm grabbing his collar.
You lost me at that lapel and collar.
Right? I know.
So wait,
he's
so
got
wait,
like
so
he's got like 30
You know
I
I'm
don't know what
gonna-
a gi
It's
is.
easy. It's easy. So imagine doing shin.
No,
on
I don't
shin.
want to know it. Is
No.
it. Are you wearing a gi?
No.
Th-
So-
Are you
Rod,
wearing a gi in this
what
scenario?
happened? Oh, are you not a black
I
belt
don't
then?
care.
Because you don't want to do gi?
You already have the habit.
I don't
How
want to
about
do
that?
it.
No, you already have the
Yeah,
habit.
right,
So when you
right.
grab shin on shin and that
Alright.
arm that's on the
You
inside,
a level
you just
5
grab
no
the
gi
gi.
belt. Yeah.
Level 5.
Because when you lift shin on shin,
don't grab
the
gi.
lapel
I don't-
is always open here.
When you're in the
I'm
gi, you
lost.
don't
I-
grab any grips.
I don't care about the gi at all, dude. You lost me at gi.
You're like
lapel.
trying to teach a guy
collar.
how to use like.
Is that why
remember
you
we just
complained
talked
last
about
time
it.
we rolled?
Looking at it.
Yeah, that's a good point. For 3 fucking episodes, all you hear was they were so tough and hard when they were in the gi. They really pushed my shit.
I
in.
need to wear the gi a little bit
I
more,
gotta
Ron.
actually work on it.
Yes, now.
Shit, I don't know how to do it. I'm old. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, man, we know what you're
I'm
doing.
wearing the gi less now.
Yeah, you better wear the gi.
In fact,
He's
it's
like,
tomorrow.
fuck that gi
It's tomorrow
shit.
gi.
Yeah.
What day is
My back.
Tomorrow, this week is gi.
Yeah, I ain't going.
Yeah, come on. Nah, show
Rod
the
ain't
fuck
gonna be
up.
at class this week.
Yeah, geriatric ass.
It's
Come
gi.
on,
You're
you
gonna
gotta
skip
show
out on
up.
my class, bro?
Yeah,
I'll go Wednesday for your
All right,
class.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
That's
Be
hilarious.
a 1 day a
That's
week
hella funny.
train
Be there.
tomorrow.
Everybody who watches this Wednesday morning, I'll be there.
Hell yeah. That's hilarious. Holy
I'm
shit.
scared.
Nah, man, I get it. Look, we said this too, right? If you stop enjoying certain aspects of it,
Yeah.
don't fucking do those aspects. It's like,
True.
look, man.
Situational.
you
If
only
you're
got
getting
this- you got
bored,
this one
find
life.
something and suck at it, and then get good at it.
See, but that's a totally different way to look at things. Like, and I get it, and I can respect that.
If I got
perspective.
paid, I'd have to do that. You
There
know what I
you
mean?
go,
I
right?
would do it.
But if it's like, if you only have so much time to dedicate to something,
Yeah.
dedicating it to something you don't like is fucking crazy. Like, to me, that's just
honestly, here's
crazy.
okay. Look at.
But you can't play your A game all the time, or you're not gonna get better.
You're right.
Can't.
You're right. I agree. You're right. You're 100% right. So then you have to, it's the diminishing returns, right? It's like,
Yeah.
how much energy am I willing to put in to close up a 2% gap
Exactly.
versus, like, am I going to give 80% of my fucking energy so I can get that 20% closure versus keep that 80% doing shit I'm already good at and just make that a little bit better
That's kinda
and
where
still
I'm
at
at.
least enjoy myself because I'm
you're
doing
old.
something I enjoy.
My counter to that is
for
that
it.
it's a craft.
Okay.
It's
I
a
mean,
craft. It doesn't matter if you need to be good all the time. That good all the time will come better once you spend time in the
we
areas
need
you're
episode
not
'cause
good
they-
at.
Are we about to get in? You don't fucking compete.
No, I'm just saying.
We're getting the old
No,
Randy
yeah,
back.
They just
It-
they
no,
wanting to talk
It
shit.
reminds me of. It
They
reminds me.
wanted
Of my old music teacher used to say that. He's like, no matter
Band
what you
camp
do,
ass
it's a
nerd.
craft, and a craft has to be treated with respect. And with that respect comes the things you suck at.
Okay.
No matter what area it
It's old
is, no
soul
matter
Like
what
flow
you can-
rolling for Rod.
You
Right?
can be good at things. You can be really good at it. But if you're not good at all these other little things, then why are you doing it?
I feel you. So you about to do the one time in band camp story?
Yeah.
I did go to band camp.
Yeah.
It's supper, bitch.
Fucking band
That's a core memory for me. that
God.
phrase.
This one time in
That was
band
during
camp.
fire class.
nerd, dude.
Oh my god. No, I can respect it as a craft. I do, but again, it's that. What do you say? It's the point of diminishing return.
Yeah.
You said it right. It's a craft, but how much of your time are you willing to give to it? Because it's also something he does, and I do. because I just enjoy it, and I just want the joy from it.
Yeah.
I don't want the nightmares.
feels like work.
I don't want the work
Like when
and
I'm in the
nightmare
gi-
that comes with trying to
Yeah.
increase so incrementally.
So does the joy only come from feeling like you're good?
The joy only comes from doing something that I actually enjoy doing. And if I don't enjoy getting better,
Do you enjoy getting your ass beat though?
not
But you have
really,
to get
but
your
so-
ass
but
beat
that's
to
like-
get better in
I'm
this
not getting my
craft.
ass
Right,
beat.
I'm
It's
not
like I
necessarily
suck.
just
I'm
saying-
still-
But the way you talk about it, you did.
No,
That's fine.
Eddie Bravo.
But I never-
Like,
look,
damn.
Rod. Always talking about Rod.
Eddie
I'm
Bravo
still
had this
decent.
analogy with electric electric chair.
Yeah.
And his thing was like, you're gonna start doing it, you're gonna get darce, you're gonna get choked, you're gonna get fucked up. But after you've done it, a couple weeks
happens
or
less and
a
less.
month, it gets less, and then it gets less, and then by 6 to 8 months, then after that, it's your game. So that's how I've always looked at it.
For me, it's not just that. It's all the other stuff with the gi. It's like it's hard on the body. It's hard on my hands. It injures me. I get home sore.
Let
I just
go.
don't enjoy
Oh,
it. It's
no.
not a fun thing.
Let go. Yeah, dude. Let go.
Let go, dog.
It's fine. You don't have to hold on to it. It's
but I'm
just
saying-
jujitsu.
Let me see your fingers.
Yeah, fingers are
See,
great, bro.
mine are
Like-
beautiful.
No, they
My
ain't
shit ain't
beautiful.
big.
You got little nodules.
Look at,
Just
look at
let
this.
go.
Ooh, I can
Just
open
let
and
go.
close.
That's why you walk around nodules on your fingers. Just let go.
Let go more.
You're not letting go enough.
Yeah, bro, just let go.
It's like what's that fucking
When
Frozen?
you start getting
let it
big,
go.
let it go, bro.
When I see big knuckles right here, I'm like, you ain't letting go.
Shut
We
up,
all
let
got
go.
them, man. Huh?
Yeah,
You got him. Yeah, you got
I
your
think I've had
hands, bro.
broken fingers and everything.
Yeah.
We all
Let
have.
go, dog.
Damn, that sucks. I don't know, dude.
Why are they trying to convince you? That's
so good, though.
Every time they
like,
show up,
They
they're
trying
trying to
to
get
convince
us
you
to
I
do
like
some
to eat.
shit we don't want to do.
You know what's funny?
Or put you out of your comfort. Hey, what is it? Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah.
Don't try to use my
Nah,
shit
fuck
against
that. I learned that shit. I use it. Rising
Randy
tide
was the
raise all
first
boats or
no-gi
some
one out of
shit.
all of us. He was the one that, I hate the gi. Started wearing rash guards. He went to
I know,
10th
right?
Planet.
I love the gi now.
Yeah, now that you got
Yeah,
your
I
choice.
miss the gi.
Yeah.
He walking around in a whole Spider-Man
Yeah.
suit.
I'm in love with the gi now.
So nice. Give me them
Slow
fucking
shit
grips.
down, bro.
Yeah,
Quit
calm
moving
down.
your hips.
Calm
Give me your
down.
belt.
All joking aside, though, let's be serious. Look, if you went to a school that strictly did no gi, there was no more gi. A year from now, man, I love the no gi, dude. I love the rash.
Yeah.
I guarantee
He's
you,
like
right?
a chameleon.
A lot of it's
I'd
like
feel
a product
bad
of where you
for
are,
sure,
right?
but yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
product of where you are. And we just happen to have freedom where we're at, to where we can
For sure.
choose what we like, you know?
For sure.
We have
Yeah, if that
freedom.
ever went away where we weren't alternating back and forth,
tough.
See, y'all don't have
I would
freedom,
not
man.
tough, dude.
Right, yeah,
I would
You guys,
not.
you're oppressed. We're free.
No, we got three no-gi classes.
You try to do gi.
We got
Gi.
three of them.
Yeah.
We'll throw your knee. Let them eat cake. Let them
There
eat
you
no-gi.
go.
Let them have a little no-gi once in a while. Here
Wednesday,
you
Friday,
go.
Saturday.
Yeah.
No-gi.
I'm just
Monday,
kidding. I kid.
Tuesday, Thursday gi.
Oh,
Wednesday, Friday no gi.
Yeah. But Friday's
It's a good
open
split.
mat.
All right, so
All right, let's go.
it's a good thing because that's what you got. But, I mean, look, let's be real. But how many of the people who don't like no-gi just don't show up on the gi days?
Oh, so much,
That's a
dude.
lot.
Bro, Wednesday class is half the size of
And,
regular
and there's
class.
my point, right? That's why I honestly
They just
do
don't wanna
believe
get better.
that The 1 week
That's all.
straight where it's all gi
Yeah.
and it's all no gi
That does
because
help.
most people won't skip an entire
Like
week.
Yeah.
I'm proof. I just
They'll
said,
show
okay, I'll
up,
go in.
yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna go in Wednesday with the gi, regardless. 'cause
Even
it's
though they
like,
don't
I'm not
like
taking a
it.
week off.
Like, look, Esther is the greatest example of that because she hated no gi. But when we switched to where it's like, no, it's 1 week on,
Have to.
1 week off, she's not going to skip a whole week. So
Yeah.
she'll pop in once or twice, even if she hates it, and she got better.
Yeah.
Right? So I do think that's a better setup. You know,
She
what
still
the fuck
shows
do
up
I
every
know?
day. She's killing it.
Yeah, she's a
She's
tough
no-gi,
chick.
gi, whatever.
That's a tough chick.
Yeah. Shout out to
But it's
Baby-
crazy
shout
how,
out Baby
how big
Tank.
of a difference the gi versus the no-gi size class is for us, at least. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Significant.
It's
It's like
ours
a
is the
50%
same, right?
Tell
drop.
Chad
Every
to fuck
Wednesday it's
around
the
and
same.
like
switch
it's
it up
funny
for a
because
while.
well, Chad's used to say, or still kind of does, but he's getting better at it. Hates teaching no-gi. Hey, he's not a fan of no-gi. He has
He's a
definitely
gi guy.
Like
I don't
Randy
think
did.
gi guy. He's doing better now. teaching
Professor
no-gi, but-
Randy.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, he,
I want
him
those
and
ones
Scott
already.
teach no-gi, but you know.
Harold, would you say there's a difference in the attendance? Because I think our classes are the same.
It's the
Wednesday,
same.
it's the same.
And it's the same
Same
because
people come in,
it's
gi or no
been-
gi.
It's they're stuck in it. This
Yeah,
is
They have
they don't
to.
care.
all
To
they
them, it's
know.
not.
They
It's
have
not a
to.
choice. They just do both.
Doesn't
It's
fucking
not even,
matter.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
It's not even on their radar. They don't even care.
I don't even hear people say, I don't like gi,
No,
or
you
I
don't hear
don't
that.
like no gi. Like, they just show
And you know what?
up.
I
They just
probably
love
wouldn't be saying that.
jiu-jitsu.
No. But I came up in a different era though. So like,
Yes.
if I came in now, I'd be like, oh, it's just what
Different
jiu-jitsu
era.
is.
Normal.
Jiu-jitsu is gi and no gi. That's what it is.
Right.
Where for me, it's like you do which one you like.
Yeah.
You have a choice.
Yeah, there is a generational difference.
Yeah, it's a
there.
generational thing.
Yeah.
The Great Depression generation.
Fucking great.
You know, Rob growing up with potatoes.
Hell yeah. Fucking potato famine.
Potatoes and spam.
Got a quarter for a
Oh,
gallon.
shit. Hell yeah. Hey, man. Maybe we can get back there. That'd be awesome.
Quarter gallon.
Hell yeah. I remember like the 89-cent gas. That shit was gangster back then.
Oh,
Dude, I was watching
remember
a
that.
70
You
show.
old, too.
That
I don't know
70
which
shows
70
a
no,
good
one of
one.
those old 70 shows.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, he was like, yeah, fill it up. It was like 32 cents a gallon. It's crazy.
That's how much like yogurt costs now.
He put like $3.
35 cents an ounce. You're like, all
He
right.
put like $3 in. That's what it was. He goes, yeah, I put in $3. I'm like, who's gonna put $3 in their freaking gas tank? But when I looked at the
not
thing,
even a
30
gallon.
cents, that's like putting $30 in right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Fucking inflation. Anyways.
Jiu-jitsu inflation's a real
Right.
thing. The amount of costs for schools, that
Yeah,
shit's gone
That's
up.
true.
Actually,
Mat fees.
well, Mappy.
Yeah.
Dropping fees.
Math
I'm
fees,
kidding.
Jiu-jitsu
class. We've had a
enrollment prices still seem
Pretty good.
about the same
Yeah.
for the last freaking 15 plus years. Now, I don't
I don't know.
want you.
I've only been around.
I will
6
say,
years.
I think
I've always seen it between $100 and $150 a month.
Yeah, it's around there.
I've seen.
I remember
lot more.
80.
80 was nice.
Yeah,
80
I remember
was
those
so
days.
nice.
Even
You went to
those days,
you went
like-
to school once, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
$80.
80 bucks.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Shit, put that in the freaking chat too. Like, how much?
What's the
How much
average?
have you seen? Like, when you think jiu-jitsu charges, what's the average price, or what prices have you seen in
For
your
unlimited,
local area?
not just like
Unlimited
how many
training,
yeah,
yes,
you
yes.
Train
Unlimited
constantly.
training in your area. Like, just think of 3 or 4 schools if you have that many around you, and go, oh yeah, well this school's like 100, this one's 110, 120, because that's something else Esther actually made. She made a good point. Jiu-jitsu is like, it's you gotta have
Expensive
some
hobby.
disposable fucking
Yeah.
income.
Yeah,
you gotta
you need
have
to.
some disposable income.
Yep.
If you like, if you're a suburbanite type deal, you know, it's
Got
not
family
cheap.
and stuff.
It's
Yeah.
not- yeah, man.
You can, I mean, obviously talk to your coach if they're cool to help work things out. But
sure.
in general,
Yeah,
you know,
It's expensive, huh?
it gets
it's expensive. It's way more than a regular gym. Like that
Yeah.
makes me not want to go to a gym because
If
I'm
you're
like,
a
all right,
gym though, you ain't got no world championships and you're charging like over 150.
yeah, that's
the
crazy.
problem.
Yeah,
What if it's just good vibes, man?
no, man,
No,
No, okay, shit. I guess
your
not.
good vibes ain't worth 150.
I
no,
guess not.
no, because you're not.
700.
You're, no,
Damn.
nah.
Randy has
So
spoken.
he's got a hard point right there. That's crazy.
Because I've seen it. I've
But
seen.
will you really get better at that school though, with the provenance behind it?
Now
Yeah.
there's a great point too, right? That goes into my whole thing about people taking private lessons, and they go, "Oh, I got to take this private from a fucking world champion, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Dude, you're a white belt. You can learn from the purple belt.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, you can learn from the purple belt
Yeah.
wú's really good at leg locks at your
Yeah,
gym and pay nothing. Why do you need to go to the 10-time fucking world champion
Yeah.
Hanato Larange to learn some shit? It's like, give me a
That
break,
Chad
dude.
says something similar to that. He's like, I'm teaching, like every promotion, like I'm teaching you guys, I'm showing you the moves, but you learn the most from each other. Like when you
100%.
roll
Yeah, that's
and you are with your peers most of the class. You watch me, you repeat what I do, but other than that, you're learning from each other.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's it.
Yeah.
Look, to this day, I said it before, I've never paid for a seminar. I mean, am I the greatest? Fuck no. Am I pretty decent? I'd like to believe
Pick
so.
some good shit from some seminars, dog.
And I can respect that, right? But I think I've learned a good deal not going to seminars. Like, just
I
using
feel you.
the people I've had around me. And I went to like promotion seminars and stuff like that, but I've never like went out of my way and said, "Oh, I'm going to pay another $150, $200 or whatever,
I'll never
or
do
however
that.
much to go to this seminar because it's like freaking Helio or whatever,
$40 max. That's it.
or even $40 bucks."
That's for me.
Like, I don't know.
Good.
I paid my dues and I went and learned jiu-jitsu, and that was good enough for government work.
I don't know.
I know.
Depends
I
how
know.
good you want to get. Depends how
I'm
good you
willing
want to
to
be.
pay.
Depends if
You
you're a
can
hobbyist.
get, you
depend-
get different instruction.
Yes.
Especially from like high level guys, been competed. they're going to tell you things that are so nuanced that sometimes you're not going to get from other people who are just a purple, brown, or black belt who hasn't competed a lot.
Totally.
But
that
his
nuance
point is
makes
that
up for a lot.
you
But-
only need that if you're at a very high level.
Right.
though.
If you're
However,
a white
if
belt,
that
blue
nuance
belt, why
allows
are
you
you
to execute
paying
a
to
technique
go
better
no
than
reason.
everybody else.
No
Hold on, we
reason.
were
it's
literally
worth it.
all talking at the same. I can.
Sorry.
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. Oh, my point was that if that nuance allows you to be able to pull off the move on whatever belt level, it's worth it.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it is. Like, I guess only if that's really what's moving you.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
what's
sure
motivating you.
because you're
I think you
fighting
gotta
another high
experience,
level
too.
guy who's going to be predictable
Like
and you're
Ryan
going to
Hall?
predict that outcome.
Wait, you're saying at a high level? Or
Yeah, at a high level.
Oh,
at
yeah,
a high
yeah,
level.
yeah,
So
yeah,
those
yeah.
nuances are
Facts.
important,
Yes,
but at
yes,
a lower
yes.
level,
But I'm saying
you may
if
not
you're a
even get to
white
use
belt-
that little technique because the guy's not as predictable. He's like, think of a white belt that comes in; they're just all over the place, right?
Right.
Sometimes jiu-jitsu doesn't really work that well. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
try
totally.
doing K-guard against a brand new white belt guy. Like, it just
Something will get broken.
something
spaz
just
out.
weird. Yeah, that's reserved for a guy that kind
They
of.
usually just
They quit
flop.
before
Right.
they can use what they knew.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Fighting people who just don't know any jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
it's very unpredictable. Whereas as they move up, you start to get a level of predictability. You're
Yeah.
like, I know how I would defend this. I know how other people could sensibly defend this.
Yeah.
So here's the things they might do, and I'm ready for it.
Exactly.
Whereas, you just get some jokers like, I'm just going to
Knucklehead.
jump up and spin
mean,
around real fast.
Seminars
Yeah.
have probably mostly lower belts go to them
I would say
because they
so,
want to
yeah.
know
And that's
big
my
names.
point.
Like you just
You're
like
right.
Why
if
do
it
you
was
need
like,
that?
hey, brown belt
You're
up
right.
seminar, it's not gonna be too many people.
You're right.
That's fine. But if you're a bunch of white belt, and I
It's
know
white
why
and
they
blue
go.
mainly.
They
Yeah.
go because they love it.
Yeah.
They're like, holy shit, this is my new identity. This is my new life. I want to do everything I can for jiu-jitsu. What? There's a seminar of a guy who beat everybody in the world?
Yeah.
I got to learn how to
Yeah.
stand
Yeah.
in base from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the best
Why?
seminars come from the guys who did not do that.
Well, what? Become best in the world?
Yep.
No, I'm just
I'm
giving
just
an
saying,
example.
as a caveat,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can
but I'm
learn
just saying, but
good shit from those guys,
You
too.
don't need seminars for the most part because if you're learning basic shit, you can learn basic shit from. I was about to say a basic bitch. You can learn basic shit from your basic jokers who are doing jiu-jitsu that you already know. Just within a 3-school radius, you can say, "Oh, I'm going to go to his school."
How many
and learn
times
this,
have you
learn
asked
this."
about a move after class from whoever,
Right.
and you forget about it within a week?
For sure, it happens.
But then,
you
however-
can also go back and ask them again and not pay them.
True, that's fine. However,
Oh,
when
you're just
you
going to
pay-
dismiss that.
No, I'm just saying.
However,
When you pay for a seminar, you are going there with the intent that I'm paying for something, so I should pay
Yes.
attention. So your attention level, your
Yeah.
recall for these
Yes.
moves
Yeah,
are going to be
that's true.
higher because you made it an investment to
Correct. The
not only
pain
put your
in your
time
wallet.
and your money to go there. So I've noticed from me going from seminars, a lot of the moves I use during live rolls, I tend to remember off the bat, especially if it's like random. It's stuff from a seminar.
that's tough. Yeah.
Okay. And look, and I will give you that as a valid point. The additional pain, the additional hurt from putting your money out makes it stick a little bit harder.
I think it's more so that like
you came
it's not
into
like
it
you're
with
walking
the
into
intention of
you're not
of
you're not walking into
keeping
class.
this.
It's the intention of like I'm gonna go learn from this person, so my
Okay.
focus is different.
But you could
not
still
just
have that same intention to learn by saying, "Hey, freaking Halen, do you think
Hell
you
yeah.
could stay after or Halen, could we meet up an hour before class or on a day that maybe you don't normally go and you work with me and I'll buy you a beer?" And Halen's like, "Fuck yeah, dude." But
Not a
it's
lot of people
whiskey.
do that though.
Yeah, well, they're fucking
They should.
messing up. They
don't,
should.
though.
Oh,
We
that's
did.
open mass.
A lot
for.
of things. I think what happens, it's the monotony of the week. I go to class at this time. I learn
Right.
technique. I train. I ask some questions. I go home. I eat dinner, and I got work.
Then you forget all of it.
And then it gets wiped. Versus when I go to a seminar, it's like okay,
You sectioned out a whole chunk of your life just
Exactly.
for this.
Yeah.
where there's a monotony to going to class and learning and asking questions. Where it's like I've asked Chaz hella questions. I'm like, fuck, I'm still asking the same shit.
Dude, there's sometimes they'll just show us one little thing and you're like, why haven't you ever showed that? He's like, you should know this. I'm
Or
like,
he's been like, I showed you this twice.
yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst when you ask and he's like, oh, I showed you guys. And I'm
Because I will give you that too. Because
And he
like,
has
a lot of
showed it
people-
probably. I
Right. And
forgot.
they're
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
like, how many times have you seen a movie go, "Oh shit, I forgot all about
Yeah.
this."
Yeah, that
cool.
happened to me a lot. I'm like,
It happens
oh,
to all
yeah,
of us.
that's
You're right. That's true. All right. So people, if you think seminars are the way to go versus just, using the available black belts and brown belts around you. Give us your thoughts on that too.
It'd be better for the
Yeah.
close people, to be
yeah.
honest.
All right. Well, shit, dude. I know we've been chopping it up. We've been having a good time with all this.
What was the topic about?
You're right. The original topic was, why the hell are people dropping off? Where'd they go? Think about some anecdotal evidence. Like, freaking share some stories that you go, oh, man, I remember this guy or I remember this gal. They were really good. And then, poof, they just disappeared like fucking Kaiser Sose.
Like a Thanos slide.
Yeah, right? They just got Thanos snapped out of existence, right?
There's a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Happens at black belt.
It happens at black belt. It does.
I was gonna say,
It
what-
does. Usually from injury, I think, though. I think
yeah.
when black belts
Really?
disappear.
I thought it was people just because they made it.
I don't think it's just from no. I think it's that
'Cause they made it.
Really?
They made the top of the mountain.
Right,
They made
right.
the summit, and they're like, all right,
Nothing else to do.
It's like there's nothing here.
Nothing
Like
else.
blue
We got to
belts,
the top
they
of the
get
mountain.
the
It's a dusty wasteland.
blue belts get the joke like, oh, you guys quit at blue, you made it, you got a new belt. I think that's definitely a big quitter, and white belts quit just because they're trying it. Like my
They're trying it, yeah.
brother-in-law
Right.
just
They
tried
may
it
not
and he
like
quit.
it.
It's not for him.
Yeah.
That's fine, but the people who make
Did you say
it to
you're a
black,
gynecologist?
huh?
Did you say your gynecologist quit?
My brother-in-law. Yeah, he tried it. He did it for 2 months.
Damn
He
headphones.
quit. Yeah, and then
fault.
but I'm saying as far as like people who drop out that don't really have a reason, black belts, they don't really have a reason to drop out, but they like you said, they made it to the top and they're like whatever.
fizzle out.
Yeah,
I talked to
they just-
Chad about that, and I remember before I got my black belt, I was like, hey, like, do you know a lot of dudes who like got their black belt and quit? He's like, a ton.
I
maybe
know a
it's-
couple. I
but-
can't lie. I do know a couple.
Maybe it's our perspective, though. Why are we saying they're dropping out? Because think about it. What if a guy just wanted to learn self-defense, get a little jiu-jitsu knowledge? You get that at blue belt. And he's like, I'm
Absolutely.
good. That's what I want.
If
I've
that
accomplished
was
my
his
goal.
only reason.
But
Yeah.
that still counts as
So
a dropout.
does-
And percentage-wise, it still counts
I
as
get
someone
it.
who stopped.
Because you're saying if you don't just do it until the day you die, you've dropped
If you don't
Yeah.
do it till you get your
Like, does black belt have to be the end-all, be-all? Like, why does it have to be it? I mean, I imagine if you're in the sport, it'll inevitably get to that point. But
Right.
Rod,
like
are
I
you
said,
making the argument that blue belt is enough?
for self-defense, I would say
self-defense?
that.
Yeah.
I would say that
I don't.
100%. Yeah, dude, you don't need to be a black belt for
Self-defense?
Nah,
self-defense.
as someone who's
No.
350, no.
No, check it.
We're like the majority. I'm not the outliers.
Honestly, you should have
100%.
learned enough to fight an untrained person
That's
at blue
that's
belt.
true.
I mean,
That's
where
the
you're at.
Helio
Yes.
standard.
Easily.
True.
I'd say a white belt with a couple stripes is like
Can do it.
pretty
for sure.
solid.
We said before, like they would beat
Yeah.
freaking 90% of the population of Earth. Like they could beat them in a one-on-one.
You end
battle.
up
I
in a
would
fight with
say-
someone who also does jujitsu by accident.
That's different though.
They're
That's
better
one.
than you.
Yeah.
Imagine you
That
get in a
was
bar
something.
fight. You're like, I got this. I'm a fucking
There's a
3-stripe
video,
white
here's
belt.
these two
part.
purple
They're a
belts
black
that
belt. You're like, oh
got in a fight at the
no.
mall.
Yeah.
There was like these two purple belts. I think they got in the fight at the mall. They started fighting, and then they stopped because they both realized they were
They
actually
trained.
trained.
That's
They're
great.
like, what the fuck? Oh, all right, whatever,
And then they
dude.
slapped hands and,
And
were
then
cool.
they just
Yeah,
left.
I saw that with Street Fight
They
too.
great.
stopped the
Yeah.
fight.
That's awesome.
You don't want to
Because they
fight
were
somebody
like,
who's
this
jiu-jitsu.
motherfucker's trying to heel hook him. He's defending, and he's like, the fuck? He's like, man, he's like, you train here. All right.
All
All right,
cool.
we're cool
Yeah,
We're
then.
good.
That's cool. That's a great story.
Crazy.
Saving lives.
Jiu-jitsu
Jiu-jitsu saving
save
lives. Yeah. More than one way.
Hell damn, yeah.
That's great.
All right, everybody. Well, listen, man. I thank you guys if you stuck around this long.
Hell yeah, they did. Hell yeah, they're laughing right
That
now.
was awesome. That was awesome.
James, shout out. He asked me. He's like, "Well, what's the episode gonna be about?" And I was like, "I can't
Hell
tell
yeah.
you."
Yeah, James. Shout out James.
It's a secret.
Yeah, I
Never
told
teach
him that.
the Wu-Tang.
Yeah. I'll see you Wednesday.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Show
I'll be
up.
here. I'll be there. Yeah.
Put your gi on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rod,
Oh,
put your
great.
gi
They always show up
on.
on Wednesday and gi. They always
Yeah. And I asked him. I said, "You got gi class?" He's like, "Wednesday." I'm like, "I'll be there."
Got it.
You gonna miss Nogi?
Huh?
You gonna miss Nogi?
I'll be there Friday.
I'll be there Friday.
Yeah. It's
Stop peer
fine.
pressure, though.
I know, right? They're gonna come to our school on Thursday one of these days.
One of
I'm
these
gonna
days.
come visit.
But not if
Still
you're going to charge us
waiting.
$45 drop.
Yeah, no. Ain't no drop in. Began no drop in. Come through.
All right,
no.
everybody. Well, we really appreciate you guys listening to us. Make sure you keep training. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this thing. We always have a good time with these jokers. I'm definitely putting Professor Randy.
Yes.
on the thing.
Yeah. Don't quit.
Don't quit, anybody.
quit.
Don't quit. Don't become somebody's story in a bad way. In a bad way. All right.
Because if you don't like it,
Oh, well, listen. We were trying to say was, you stick with it. Don't quit, because if it's important to you, you'll find a way. And if it's not, you'll find an excuse. You're like,
I love that quote. It's my favorite one.
Something hurts, and then I don't want to do it anymore.
My back. Anthony.
Life
My
got in the
neck.
way. I got
been
all these
training.
kids, my
Been
neck
training.
and my back.
Yeah, kids. Yeah, imagine using your kids as an excuse. That'd be crazy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I've heard that one a lot.
Wait till you have
Kids.
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 Kids,
I
yeah,
can't.
that's a big
Nah,
one.
Bro. Your wife's at home. Come
Just
train.
put your kids in class.
Yeah,
too.
or they'll watch.
Hell
Bring
yeah.
them to class.
Hell yeah. Just tie them to the chair. Get some duct tape.
Yeah, excuses.
Anyway, thank you for checking us out, everybody. Have a great one.
Yo,
Us.
keep training.
Oh,